can manipulate these risk factors or avoid these risk factors, and active prevention and then active rehab and early detection, how we can manage these things. Okay, so what are the common types of injuries basically we see in our sports persons? Like acute injuries, like these injuries happen suddenly on the ground. We have sprains basically called for ligaments, those who attach bone to bone. So few injuries are with ligaments, few injuries are with muscles, they are called strains. We have quad strains and hamstring strains. They are very common on the ground. I hope you all physical education teachers have encountered that. Then we have overuse injuries. Okay, we need to take care of that our athletes are not overtrained. We need to check out on that. So overuse injuries are typically, we can give example like shin splints. अगर हमारा एथलीट जो है वो ग्राउंड पे प्रैक्टिस करता है एंड देन हम उसको ट्रैक की बजाय, ट्रैक पे या ग्राउंड की बजाय हम उसे रोड रनिंग या कुछ करा देते हैं, तो दे हैव पेन इन फ्रंट ऑफ देयर लेग. So this is called shin splint. So this could be because of an overuse. Okay, then we have Achilles tendonitis. When you have your calf, तो जो आपका calf है that it attaches with your heel, so that is called Achilles tendon. So it's also get overused if you are overtraining. Okay, then we have wounds and bruises. They are very common in our sports scenarios. Then we have concussion. So what is concussion? Concussion is a head injury actually. Sometimes we have a punch on the head or some object hit on the head. But not all concussions lead to unconsciousness or lose of consciousness. Sometimes you have dizziness or sometimes you have feeling of vomiting or like that. Sometimes for few seconds you just got black and then come out. So they need thorough medical examination and only then we allow our athlete to go back to the ground. Okay. Ankle sprains, most common. It happens in each and every sport. So there are three types of ankle injuries. We have inversion, eversion and high ankle sprains. High ankle sprains usually need more impact when your weight bearing on your leg and you suddenly turned out for that time. This is called syndesmosis. Ligament is between your two bones of your leg, so it gets injured. Usually most common ankle sprains are inversion, when your sole moves inside. So this is the most common ankle sprain. Okay, risk factors, poor biomechanics. This is the very important thing. When your muscles are imbalanced, then it will lead to injuries. Okay, like and your posture also. If you have not correct posture, if your front muscles are more stronger rather than your back, so you have upper cross syndrome. So it's like muscular imbalance. We need to check on that. Lack of flexibility is one of the common reason of injuries. Sometimes your muscles are not that much flexible according to the impact required during your sporting event. So it suddenly stretches your muscle and you got the injury. Fatigue and overtraining is one of the cause. Muscular weakness, that is lack of strength. So we need to work on the strength part. Muscular imbalance. Your muscle imbalance is inadequate, that will lead to injuries. Your warm-up, this is very, very important. Warm-up is one of the key of the prevention, for the prevention of injuries. Cool down. Sometimes because of hurrying ki training to finish ho gaya, let's go back to our dormitories or gets back to our home. But cool down is as important as warm up and as your usual game practice. Then we have any history of previous injury. That is also very important. That's why whenever we induct players in science or whenever you are encountering new athletes, so you should document the previous injuries because they will let you know कि उसको क्या प्रॉब्लम था या क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, so that we can avoid the reoccurrence of injuries. Muscular tightness, body composition, yes, it is also very important. That's why we have anthropometric specialists with us, and even though we have body composition machines available, so it is very important that you know your body composition. Even though with the body composition you can decide that this girl or boy is going to do in which sport. Then we have training errors. Training error is one of the reasons. When the training technique is incorrect, then it will lead to injuries. Equipment quality. Whatever protective equipments we are using, if they are not proper, then it will cause to injury. If we are wearing gloves and and the glove is tear or something, then when you hit, then you will have your knuckle injuries, or it can lead to your wrist and to elbow also. Temperature is one of the thing that will one of the factors that will do these injuries. That's why whenever we go abroad for any, or we go to another climate, so we will go like 10 days before the competition or 1 week before, so that acclimatization happen, and it will help in prevention of injuries also, and better performance of our sports person. Playing surface, with the change of playing surface can increase the injury chances. Grass versus concrete, you are working on concrete, then you will come to grass, then it will change your pattern. Okay. Now, injury monitoring and early intervention is very necessary. Early detection leads to easy recovery from the injuries. Okay, and it will stop it from even worsening to that injuries. Proper evaluation is also very important. Sometimes we neglect the minor injuries, and then in future they will lead to bigger injuries. Like just we had a talk on knee injuries. So initially, if we detect that there is extra undue pressure is on your knee, on your ligaments, so if we will do strengthening properly, then we will avoid the future consequences of that particular thing. Okay, and rehabilitation. As early as we got the injured player with us, as early as we start the rehabilitation, we will reduce the return to sports time. Now, preventing injury through biomechanics. Biomechanics is a very important thing. You must learn the contractions of the muscles. You must learn that these are the agonist muscles, these are the antagonist muscles, and how to play with your mind. Okay. Analyzing the movement pattern. When your player is running, so you will analyze their running gait, or their walking pattern, or their posture. These things help you in avoiding or preventing injuries. Identifying the risk factor. Right now I'm working with Indian boxing team. So we will see that if the boxer is only using the hand power, then it will lead to shoulder injuries. Because when they do punch, they have to rotate this, and they have to generate the force from the ground. But if they are using their hand only, that will lead to shoulder injuries and tears also. Okay, so biomechanical adjustments are very necessary. In overhead or in racket sports, it is very necessary that the grip is good unless it will lead to injuries. When the grip is not good and the technique is, especially in the backhand shot. Okay, now coming to the warm-up, this RAM protocol, it was invented by Mr. Ian Jeffrey. So what is this RAM protocol? RAM protocol suggested that we need to do like 15 to 20 minutes warm up, and we divide it into these parts. First, R stands for rise. What you need to raise? We need to raise the body temperature. We need to raise the muscle elasticity, the joint viscosity, blood flow. It will increase your heart rate little bit. Okay. So first of all, do this. It's not like that the athlete come and you suddenly start with stretching your muscles. No, just first raise your heartbeat, raise your temperature a little bit, then go for activation and mobilization. Activation and mobilization are the key factors for the proper warm up. Okay, activation includes your muscular activation, and mobilization of the joints, so that they will be ready for the upcoming event. Potentiate means you will reach your body up to that level that is going to happen in the ring or in the ground, whatever sports you are going to play. So RAM protocol, we all should follow this RAM protocol. Variations comes up and down, because when you are doing for strength training, then the warm up is little bit different. So it depends, and the potentiate means that you will train up to that level for that specific sports. In this part, we will do those movements that are relevant to our sports. Then dehydration and its impact. We said hydration बहुत important है, proper hydration चाहिए. क्यों चाहिए हमें proper hydration? Because it helps in improving your performance. Otherwise, it will reduce your performance. It will reduce your endurance, your coordination, and it will negatively affect you. Okay, it will impair your cognitive functions. Your reaction time decrease if you are dehydrated. You cannot give your 100% at that time, and it will also increase the risk of injuries, because when the muscles are dehydrated, so it will lead to more cramps and tears. So optimal hydration is very necessary. Pre-hydration, hydration during exercise, and post-hydration. It doesn't mean that okay abhi pee rahe hain. No, before your training 2-3 hours you should have proper hydrated your body. During your exercise, whenever we have our ground bouts or something, so we'll ask our players like in 15-20 minutes you need to give some sip, or we will give water breaks in between. And post hydration. Then cool down. Cool down is very necessary. No, don't ever skip this. Please ask your players to do proper cool down. There are so many techniques for the cool down. You can do mild yoga stretches, you can go for little swimming, you can dance. Dance is one of the very great thing that will help you in recovery, because our body needs to be in the pre-exercise state. We will get ready for the next session. So this is very important. Cool down is very important. Now what is this flexibility, mobility, balance? These all are different exercises. If I'm going to talk about the exercise, it will take the whole day. So these exercises are very beneficial. So we must include all the flexibility exercises, different mobility and balance exercise also. In combat sports, they are very necessary. They reduce the risk of strains. They reduce the, they increase or improve your joint stability. It will enhance your muscular performance, and it will also help in reducing your injuries or reoccurrence of injuries or your any chronic injury. Then stretching pre-workout. When we do the warm-up, so at that time we use dynamic stretchings. Okay, and we must include these stretches in our plan. Then post-workout we do static stretching, but shouldn't be doing itna passive stretching nahi karna ya ballistic stretch nahi karna. That will tear your muscle, because when you do cool down, so at that time your muscles are already in warm state. Okay, so don't push. Okay, sometimes we are doing in partner stretching, so don't push beyond the limits. And in rest days also, when we have the rest day, like after 5 training session, we give 1 resting session. So at that time, they can do mild stretches, mild mobility exercises. Recovery and rehabilitation strategies we talk. Peace and love method. I think in previous work, in the previous lecture also they have explained. I'll just give a hint about that again. Then physical therapy that we people do. Then gradual return. It's like we shouldn't be allowing the player in the recovery process then go for game in proper form. No, we gradually, we allow little bit. For example, in boxing, we'll just allow the shadow boxing start first. Then we go for bag, then we go for padding, and then we allow the boxer to perform in the ring. Okay. So what is this peace and love? It changes. First of all, we have rise, then come police. Now this peace and love. Peace and love means whenever you have soft tissue injury, so you need to do these protocols. These protocols in protection means आपको उस part को protect करना, but that doesn't mean कि आप और body को neglect करेंगे या complete rest देंगे. No, you give active rest. If I have injury in my this hand, so I'll do my lower body workout that will not give any strain on this. Okay. So we do protection. Elevation, we all know, when we elevate the injured part, it will help in blood flow and injured tissue and swelling and etc. Avoid any inflammatory drugs. Okay, anti-inflammatory drugs, they will hamper your natural healing process. So don't rush for them. Swelling will come, but with exercises and with proper loading and everything, it will subside with the time. So you need to have some patience also. Compression is one of the thing, and education is very important. Actually, we need to educate our players, because player को इंजरी होता है, वो सीधा सोचता है मुझे कल खेलना, चलो जाके दवाई खा लेते हैं, पेन तो कम हो जाएगा, swelling कम हो जाएगा और मैं खेल लूँगा. But that will worsen. So we must educate about the injury and about the rehabilitation or the recovery process. Then comes the love. Love means we give some loading. Loading always, it is very helpful. It will give stimulus to your mechanoreceptors also, and it will help in healing. Then optimism. When we have injury or athlete have injury, so they go into depression and they think worsen things. So we need to give them a hope that yes, you will get better. So that's why we induce some exercises, pain-free exercises. Then vascularization, without any pain, we will go for cardiovascular exercises. Okay. And at the end, we have exercises we restore the mobility, strength, full range of motion, proprioception training, balance training. So we'll include all these things back to come into play. Okay, so what is this active rehabilitation? Early interventions. Okay, then progression and adaptation, slowly, and finally the functional exercises. That will help us a lot to, recovery of our athletes, and in no time we will return the player to the game. So what is the importance of sports injuries prevention? We will get peak performances. Okay, we have long-term health benefits. We minimize the downtime and financial saving. अभी डॉक्टर अजय ने दिया था, तो अगर आपको नी का ऑपरेट कराना पड़ता है तो आपको 3-4 लाख रुपए जाते हैं. तो इतनी स्टेज में हमने क्यों जाना है? वी विल प्रिवेंट द इंजरीज प्रायर टू दैट. सो आई विल कंक्लूड विद दैट. Because sports brings glory to our country, to our family. It enhance your personal things also. So, but injury is one of the hurdles, you can say, or challenges that comes into this your beautiful whole sporting career. So we will working towards this only, and all the physical teachers also think that yes, prevention is better than cure, or prevention is more cost effectively also. So with prevention, resilience and innovations, the athletes rise again, and they turn their setbacks into glory days. Thank you. I'm open to questions.